Hello and welcome to the FTL City News, your local only Fort Lauderdale newscast. I'm Mark Fine, Director of Communications for the city. Well, it was another commission week and it was an emotional night in Chambers. The commission honoring the memory of a black farmhand who was murdered in our city back in 1935. A 2-mile stretch of Davie Boulevard will now be known as Reuben Stacy Memorial Boulevard. The lynching is a painful part of our history, but one the commission felt was important to recognize, not only to acknowledge the history, but to bring awareness to the issue of racism in our country.
Tonight, I'm just proud to be a part of it, and I just can't wait to see where we go with the Reuben Stacy story and how we start talking about the things from the past that most people aren't comfortable talking about. I think we've turned that corner, and I think when we sit out in the public and we discuss these type of issues, I think we can get a lot more done.
We do also want to point out that when the commission did approve the renaming, there was a large round of applause from the people gathered in city chambers. Well, we are now 3 weeks into hurricane season, and we will continue to bring you tips each week on how to be sure you are prepared if and when a dangerous storm does arrive. This week, we want to remind you to have an effective family plan in place. Here are some of the things you're going to want to discuss. Designate a rally point outside the home where you'll meet if you need to evacuate. Designate a friend or relative outside the home who can be a central checkpoint for communication. Consider family members who may have special needs and make your plans for your pets. Now, there's plenty more where that came from. You're going to want to head to our website, fortlauderdale.gov/hurricane, for more information. The city's sewer force main project is now one step closer to completion. The contractor was recently performing pressure testing for the upcoming activation. They ran into an unexpected delay when testing revealed the new pipe was not performing exactly as expected. So, crews are excavating the pipe on Bayview Drive. This will give them a better understanding of why the pressure isn't being held. There are some closures and detours you're going to want to be aware of. Bayview Drive is closed between Northeast 27th Street and Northeast 27th Court. Northeast 18th Street will be closed between Northeast 17th Avenue and Northeast 17th Way. They hope to get that sorted as soon as possible. Now, congratulations are in order for the city's Public Works Department. This week, the Force Main project was awarded Project of the Year from the Plastic Pipe Institute. The PPI award is one of many this project has received, and there will likely be more to come. You must remember, this historic project is coming in ahead of schedule and under budget. Now, you know the city is committed to ensuring that our waterways are clean and safe. With that in mind, Fort Lauderdale is launching a first-of-its-kind program with the goal of improving water quality in the Himmershey Canal. Fort Lauderdale-based Clean Waterways will lead a pilot project using a machine known as a protein skimmer. Pumps will inject micro bubbles into the water. That will bind to pollutants. Now, the substances are then collected in a foam and disposed of in an approved Broward County facility. Now, over the coming weeks, Beverly Heights neighbors will notice this 30-foot barge with 3 large skimmers on it. Looks a bit strange. It will operate throughout the canal north of Las Olas. This process is quiet. It will only take place during daylight hours, and no fish or aquatic life will be harmed. The result should be clean, oxygenated water.
As we all know, the waterways are the lifeblood of Fort Lauderdale. We are the Venice of America, and it behooves our community and our city government to finally, especially this particular canal, the Himmershey Canal, to finally try to clean it up. It's been a disgrace in our community, but the great thing is our commission really understands the importance of making this a priority.
We use this cutting-edge protein skimming technology to remove pollutants and other non-desirable materials from the water, and we're going to be watching very closely. And as it works here, we're going to be able to use this to solve problems in waterways beyond Fort Lauderdale, but it's all starting right here.
The 2-week pilot program is being performed at no cost to the city. If the program significantly improves water quality during this time period, then the program could continue for an additional 2-month period. Okay, time now to take a look into our education spotlight. Our IT department here in Fort Lauderdale worked hand in hand with Chief Education Officer Zoe Saunders to provide wireless internet to underprivileged areas in our city. They used COVID grant money to pay for the technology in 11 parks and community centers. They will be used in the summer enrichment program. 347 children will benefit. The IT team purchased 210 iPads and 104 MiFi devices. Just another example of the priority our city brings to the education of our children. Well, June is Pride Month, and the Fort Lauderdale Police Department is showing its support. The department prides itself on inclusion. This is the manifestation of that effort, the city wrapping this police SUV in pride colors. But the commitment is far more than just a fancy paint job on one city vehicle. Detective Jacqueline Sanchez is the Fort Lauderdale LGBT liaison officer.
We protect and serve. So if the LGBT community is does not feel safe, then where do they have to turn to? So it's very important that we show our support, whether we go to events for Pride Month or we set up recruiting booths, just to show that it's, we're here for everybody and it's okay to be you.
So if you haven't heard, the Beach Boys are coming to town. The legendary group's going to be performing on Fort Lauderdale Beach on the 4th of July. And we have the full rundown of the events of the big day for you now. Water slides, kids zone, a midday concert. There will be a ceremony for the Walk of Fame inductees at Las Olas Oceanside Park. That takes place at 3:30. The Beach Boys will take the stage at 7:30. When they wrap up, there is going to be a monstrous fireworks show on the beach. And listen to this, if you go, you might actually wind up on national TV. We have gotten confirmation from CNN that their cameras will be on hand for the big night. Well, that does it for this edition of the FTL City News. Thanks for joining us. Of course, for more information, just check out all our social media sites, including YouTube, and go to our website, fortlauderdale.gov. We'll see you again next week.